I believe we're live, Radleigh.
No, we're not live.
You know, that's always like, although the truth is, even if we did go live and we like press the wrong button, I think that would be more entertaining. But I do get a little bit nervous in the beginning that we're going to go live. Hi, everybody. We're live on all of the things.
All of
Facebook,
the things.
What have you. My page,
right.
Your page, Liz Dawn's page. We're on all of the pages. If you can hear us,
we're on the Disney page.
Can you imagine?
Oh my God. That would be so awesome, and probably a lawsuit.
Exactly. So if you can hear us, let us know in the chat that you can hear us. Welcome, everybody. Rad, what are we going to be talking about today?
We are talking about 2 ways to work on your energy.
Yeah, and so go ahead.
Yeah. Good. No, you go ahead.
Well, one of the things I was thinking about before this is I kind of wanted to check in with you just as a friend and as a mentor and as a colleague. I have been particularly frazzled and particularly fried most recently, and I'm curious if you're having the same feeling.
I am trying to like put the outside world over there, but the outside world is leaky. and apparently my shields are not waterproof. And and speaking of which, it won't stop raining here.
So it's metaphorical and literal. But I think it's interesting that a lot of times spiritual and self-help people, I should speak for myself. Forgive me. That's a projection if I say a lot of people. But I know for me that sometimes if I'm starting to feel tired or if I'm starting to feel weighed down by sort of the energy of the world and the energy of the planet, sometimes I judge myself for that at first. Like I'm not doing enough spiritual maintenance. I'm not taking care of myself. I'm too sensitive, all of those things. But I don't really think that's true. Like the teacher in me thinks it doesn't matter how many shields you have up or how much you can try to think positively. When the world is going through a lot, it does affect our energy system to the best of us.
Well, of course. I mean, it's like we can try to absolve ourselves of the world, but we really can't.
Right.
And especially as spiritual people, which we are, and 90% of the people who follow us are.
Right.
We can only. I used to call it putting my antennas down. Because it's like when I'm being psychic, my antennas are up and I'm like, and then finding a way to put them down. But even if they're down, they're still inside your head, which seems like weird, right? They're still there.
They're still getting information.
And what gets us in the most trouble? Our heads.
Right. Actually, there was a headline today from NPR talking about if you're struggling making decisions, stop thinking too much. And I was like, are they talking directly to me? Because I have a tendency to think too much. But here's what I wanted to ask you, because I want to know if our symptoms are the same. So when you feel depleted, what happens for you energetically and physically? Because people watching might not realize that they're depleted, but maybe having some of these symptoms. So I'm just kind of curious what it looks like for you.
To me, I mean, when I get depleted, I start questioning everything. So I start questioning everything I'm doing. And because I'm so introspective anyway, I mean, literally, I'll just tell you, I just got out of my therapy. Literally, I went from therapy to here. And, it's like my therapist, whose name is Brad, because it's Brad and Rad. And it's like, Brad's like, you know what? Could you just like stop? Because it's like introspection is great, but I intellectualize introspection. I'm like trying to look for the whys and the what ifs and what am I doing and why am I feeling this way and why do I, and so I start thinking that the way I'm feeling is me. I'm like doing something wrong. I'm doing something dumb. I'm feeling guilt and I don't even realize it. I shouldn't have bought a milkshake at lunch. It's like literally it's all over. It was a terrible milkshake. It was a cherry flavored milkshake and it was like maraschino cherries. I poured it down the drain. But so it's like this whole thing of me doing that when really it's like just the need to let go. it's not all about me. There's the world and to breathe. I mean, I'm wearing this. I don't normally wear hoodies for Facebook Live. I'm wearing this because it literally, we are drowning in Denver. It won't stop raining. And normally my response to that is, oh, yay, we never get rain. This is great.
Right.
But it's like, enough gray days, enough rain, enough all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to lean into this. I'm going to wear my favorite hoodie.
Right.
This is one of my favorite rides at Disney.
Yeah.
I have wonderful memories of my friend John and I having gone on this ride and ridden it multiple times. This was the last thing I bought on the way out of the park. It's like, I mean, when is it 46 degrees in June?
I was surprised about
what?
that.
So it's like wrapping myself up in happiness. I'm like, here's my cup today. Happy life. Right? And trying not to let my own thoughts go against me.
Right. That's interesting. I don't have the second guessing thing, so I don't know if anybody in the chat can relate to this. I get into this space where I start realizing I'm really tired. And I mean next level tired. Like I've been sleeping like 9 to 10 hours a night. And the kind of sleep where I put my head down and I open my eyes and it's 6:30 in the morning and I have no memory whatsoever.
Where do I sign up for this? I am a world-class insomniac. Where do I get this?
So that's why I'm asking people, like, what manifests for you? And then the second way that it manifests, and this one's slightly dangerous, is I'll be driving and I'll go like 4 miles or whatever that is in kilometers. I can't do math, but I'll go like a fairly significant distance and have no memory of stop sign, traffic light. I've just been moving and a little bit out of my body. And so when these things start to happen, this is sort of symbolic for me that I need some kind of a reset. And usually when we think of like a reset energetically, we think of like grand gestures, like going on a meditation retreat or like going on vacation or like getting out of town or whatever it is, which those things are great. And obviously they work. But I find these little symptoms for me, sleeping too much, feeling lethargic, cloudiness, driving way too far and not knowing if I used a blinker or not. I may have dented a bumper yesterday or hubcap. I don't speak car, I'm a gay boy, but that little shiny thing on the side. David, if you're watching, I'm sorry, we'll replace
shiny thing on the side.
But it was just that moment where I was like, okay, I need to reset my energy. It's like things start slowing down for me, which does result in sleep, which for you would be a perk, but it's just too much for me. And so I want to talk today about ways that we can recharge that are simple and not like grand gestures of recharging energy.
Right. So I of course I'm going to do angels. It's like I can't help myself. So like trying to connect with my angels, it's like one of the things that and people are going to be aghast at this, but seriously, it's like prayer is really important. And it's the first thing I'll blow off every day. Yes.
The most important ones and the simplest, most powerful ones are the ones that we ignore the most. 100%. Go ahead.
Totally. And it's like, I can watch my life get like wacky wonky because I didn't do prayer, but it's like, I'm talking to angels all day long. And that's to a certain extent that feels like prayer, but it isn't the same.
100%. Can you make the distinguish between the difference? Because a lot of people I don't think get that. I totally know what you mean, but there is a difference. Because it's like, I love talking to the angels. And when I am praying to the angels, but prayer is intent. Just walking around talking to the angels is inquiry. So, and I hadn't even thought about there were both I words. Oh, you're right.
Ooh, this is a class. I have to be present for intention and inquiry. Just walking around going, it's like angels, it's like, help me make the right decision or whatever. Or like, what should I do today? Do I wear the Disney thing or do I change clothes so that I'm like sparkly? It's like, that's inquiry, but intention to me, it's like, that's talking to the universe. That's setting the bar. for what you want. And if you don't set the bar, if you're not tuning in, the bar gets lower and lower and lower. And so I think that that's really important, but I also think it's really important. Like one of the things that my therapist is having me do right now, and I actually showed you and David that earlier, but it's like this thing that he calls the cake, and it's a 3-layer cake, and you're supposed to put the people that are just amazing to you and incredible to you and that are there for you at every moment on the top layer. And then you've got the people that you interact with on a daily basis, but it's a different, and then at the bottom level was like acquaintances kind of. And it's like, by doing that, by looking at this whole grand rising soul family, Yolanda, I don't know who you are, but that's great. Grand rising soul family, right? And it's like, I had this thing, and it's like Dougall and David are in that list. They are on that list. And it's like, just doing that made me go, God, I'm so blessed. I mean, there were probably, I didn't count them, but there were probably 12 people on that top layer of that cake. It's a top heavy cake.
And that resets your energy. You start thinking you're depleted, you're alone, you're isolated. But then when you see that physically on paper, it resets your energy.
No, not so much.
No?
No, I mean, not so much alone. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, it's like, I'm not alone. I'm not.
It's a reality check.
Right. It's a reality check.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, so it's interesting. Someone earlier, let me scroll down to this. Alejandra said, my ADHD gets worse, so I know I am tired. Absolutely. So I think that's the same thing with questioning, right? So for me, I'm always talking about the aura, right? And one of the things that I'm trying to explain to people that with the aura, energetically, we are chameleons. We adapt to our environment. So it's topics, it's the theme of the room, it's the vibe, it's someone's emotional energy. So if the world starts to feel heavy, if the world starts to feel big, we don't even realize that as sensitive people, we're adapting to that energy because that's what we know. Now, if it's a great environment where people are supportive and uplifting and the energy is expansive and emotional, obviously as a chameleon, you want to adapt to that energy. It feels good. But if it's the opposite, if it's murky and confusing and anxious, you may be tuning into that, or I should say I might be tuning into that without even the awareness that I'm doing it. So that's why these little energetic resets of energy help us reframe our mood. They help us shift our energy. We take control of being the chameleon. It's not the environment that we're adapting to. We're choosing what we want to adapt to. So one of the fastest ways to do that, and there's a few of them, but one of the ones that I want to talk about today is the power of sound. And I know that's going to sound ridiculous, but
why? It's not ridiculous.
Well, exactly. So think about like music. Like if you're feeling heavy and low and you turn on a song that makes you feel uplifted and excited and giggly, you literally feel it in your body. Your body starts to adapt to the rhythm. Your body starts to adapt to the lyrics. Your body starts to adapt to the sound. And it's the same thing with your soul. Or if you go to like a lovely cafe and the environment is inviting and it feels really good, you adapt into the energy. So if you're like me or like Alejandra and you're feeling indecisive and you're feeling lethargic and maybe you did something to a hubcap, it's none of your business, it was a mistake. It's a chance to reset. Try sound. You can use singing bowls. You can use music.
David just left the house.
He was so
He's in the garage.
He was so kind about it. I was like, I'm really sorry, but I may have been in a parking lot and a little bit out of my body. And you should drive for the rest of the week. But literally, use sound. It will shift your energy. And one of the challenges that I've had as an energy healer and as someone that works with energy is this thing where I blame my energy on other people or the environment or the energy of the world. And I don't do that anymore. We're certainly influenced by it, but I'm responsible for my own vibe. So when I come home, I can use music, I can use singing bowls, I can use tuning forks, I can use the power of sound to really shift the energy. So I'm encouraging people to try it in the beginning of your day, try it at the end of your day, try it in the middle of the day. Even if it's just your favorite song, your favorite tone, because it's all vibration, use sound to reset your energy because it's a really quick way to get back to your center. Do we want to pull cards for people?
Sure. Can I ask a question first, though?
Yeah, please, of course.
So when you're and I use this too, but I'm just curious for yours in your case. It's like, does music have color?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's like, do you pick a song that has a color that you want, or is it just the one leads to the other?
That's an interesting question. So I'm not sure I've never remembered one song as a particular combination of colors or one singular color, but I'm going to have to think about that. I've never thought of, does that same song and that same melody repeat the same energy? So two ways that I want to answer this. One of my favorite things is to watch a performer's aura and color and the way it exchanges with the audience as they listen and receive the information. That's really, really cool. But usually music, 99.9% of the time, it kind of just looks like a kaleidoscope in my brain. It's not one singular color, because you're talking about, I mean, I suppose if the song was really simple, maybe it would be one color. But if it's like really nuanced and intense and the melody is really layered, it's just like, it's nonstop. So to me, it's more like the flow of the colors and the way, but I'm going to have to think about that. I'm going to have to think of.
It's like, because of having spent time with you and stuff like that, it's like, I think of that pale green energy as being vibrant and alive. And I'm like, so is that Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun? Is that what that is? Or, is
you think for 1 second, Miss Cyndi Lauper should be isolated to one color?
Valid.
You have lost your mind.
Legit.
Of all people. By the way, I've met her and she's lovely. Name dropping, whatever. But
good. I want to hear that.
She was lovely. But yeah, so it's mostly multiple colors. But that's with any creative expression. Like if an artist is talking about their body of work, it's usually multiple colors. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. What deck should we use?
Oh, I don't know. Let me see if I've got one of Colette's decks around.
I do love Colette's decks.
Decks.
We could use the Portuguese version.
Oh my God, that is such a good one. They did a better job than we did.
It's a beautiful box, right?
It's amazing.
Box. So
I know they did a way better job than we did.
Okay. All right. So Anne, I hope I'm saying your last name right. Eva said, "May I ask a card on romance, please?"
Okay.
You want to start?
Are you pulling it or am I pulling it?
You pull.
I'll pull. And on romance. Rope. This is Raphael Green.
I mean, come on.
I know it. The first word is love. On the card, the first word is love.
Well, don't forget about the robes too. Remember?
Huh?
Remember on the robes, we put all the symbols of relationships?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's right. All of the relationships, love, travel, humor, vitality.
Yeah.
So Raphael is an archangel that's known to be a matchmaker. And so that's why we put it in. He's also the archangel of travel. But this is a great indicator of romance, of relationships, of those relationships being healthy and vibrant. What do you say?
So, and one of the things that I want to say is communication is key in relationships. And the first hit that I get from this card is that you are not speaking clearly. You are an amazing listener, Anne. You validate. Man, you love a validation. You're very good at validating other people's feelings. But I do think you need to work on expressing what you want in a relationship and what you need to feel supported. So make sure you're doing as much expression of your own point of view as you are listening. And that is going to help strengthen every relationship in your life, if I may say. Okay, you pick the next one, right?
Oh, I picked the next one. Lisa Marie says, could I please have a card pulled for health? Thank you very much.
Okay. That's interesting. So Lisa Marie, your first card that we got up is inverted. And the card here is Be the Real You, and it's upside down. The colors here are pink and green. So I think that's interesting. The words are trapped, shallowness, conformity, and closeted. So the first thing that I want to ask Liz is your environment not suitable? Lisa, sorry. First thing I want to ask is your environment not suitable to you being your most authentic you? If you feel like you are censoring yourself, if you feel like you are holding back, chances are that is going to start affecting your health in really minor but frustrating and annoying ways. So now is the time to make sure that you can find an environment where you can be your most authentic self, where you can shed the shell or the layer that's maybe preventing you from feeling connected. And that will sort of lighten up your health energetically. What do you think, Brad?
I think it's funny because I just did the angelic weather report for June 8th, and this card came up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And what was really crazy is that 2 of the cards were red and green, and one of the cards was just green, and the other one was this one. So green was in all 4 cards.
Yeah.
And so pink is this energy. Here's me being Dougal. Let's see how I do. So it's like pink is this energy of self-care and the need to take care of yourself. Green being the energy of speaking what you need so that you can be heard, so that you can get what you need. And so
I'm so proud of you. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And that's for everybody. I mean, especially right now, people's opinions are so strong. We're censoring ourselves. We don't know what we're supposed to say. Do we feel safe? But really being the most authentic you is the best thing for our health. It's the best thing for our spiritual wellness. It's the best thing for everything. So be yourself. Just quickly, we're going to pull more cards, but Rad and I are doing a free event on June 11th. It's how light workers recharge. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, light worker, what does that mean? You know, am I working, for the electric company? You are not. If you are, if you are a light worker, that is someone who is conscious, sensitive, curious, interested in the universe, interested in the world, and an awake, alert person. A light worker is just someone that's doing spiritual work on the planet. So on June 11th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to do a live free workshop. It's completely free, where we're going to give you more tips on how light workers can recharge. And we're going to get a little bit deeper into how you can connect with like your own energy system and recognize when you need to reconnect. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, Linda just wants a generic one. I would love to have a card, please. And I like that, Linda. She's open for anything.
Oh, right. Linda, she's the wild one, that one. I tell you what, anything goes with Linda. You just never know. Okay, let's see what the card says. And okay. So it's angels are watching over you. Angels are watching over you. And the card says supported, protected, loved, encouraged. I mean, it's just a rainbow of energy information here. And the colors are white and purple, I think. And so it's like this wonderful thing of like, the angels want you to know we're talking. This is Raziel over my shoulder, also the Archangel of Rainbows and stuff like that. It's like this energy of love and all of that stuff headed your way. And so what is white and purple?
Well, 2 things, Linda. So I personally think this card came up for you because at the moment things are not going as planned. And the sense that I get from you, Linda, is you love a plan. Linda loves a plan. And normally things go according to plan. So you may feel like it's not working out in your favor, but it is. You know, sometimes even when we're on our journey, when we're on our destiny, even when we're manifesting all of our dreams, there are still hiccups, there are still speed bumps. And during those hiccups and speed bumps, we can kind of feel like we're alone or a little bit lost. So I think the universe is trying to say, like, we're here with you. Your angels, your guides, we are supporting you the entire way. The reason we use purple and white as the activation colors here is that purple is the color of destiny. So it's reminding you that you are on the path, you're not doing anything wrong, even though maybe there's been a little bit of a twist and turn in the plan. Do not fret, you are doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And white, which is a perfect color for the topic that we're talking today, is the color of spirituality and clarity. Whenever in doubt, if you think, what's the color that I'm supposed to use? We always go to white. It's the combination of all color. So it's a really easy color to just reset your energy. So for Linda, for you in particular, you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And let's just sort of wipe away some of that fog so that you can see clearly again and know that you are supported. Okay?
Okay. How about Teresa?
Teresa, may I get a card, please?
She just says, "Can I get a card?"
So how do you do this? I'm curious. When do you shuffle and then you think Teresa? Like, what do we need her social security? Like, how do you normally do this?
Yes, please put the last 4 digits of your social security card in the chat, and also
You're kidding, Teresa. Don't do it.
No, don't do it. We're just kidding. No, I just think about the energy of the person, and for me, I get a number of times to shuffle.
Tell me everything. I didn't know that.
Did you not know that? Seriously?
No.
No, I do. It's
Do it
like
now.
it's like the accountant in me. It's like if I start shuffling, I'll get 5,
Right.
and then I'll shuffle 5 times.
The universe would never do that for me because I don't respond to numbers.
See, that is so not true. It's like you have been running circles around everybody, me, Mishka Productions, all of us when it comes to numbers. You have been.
Oh,
You are not bad at numbers. Stop that.
Okay, cancel. I'm great with that. Okay, what was your name again?
It was
Teresa.
She just wants a card.
Okay, you're doing it then.
I pulled the last one.
Okay.
Bet I can pull this one too.
No, okay. Teresa, first question, self-employment, but it came inverted. So the first question that I have to ask you is literally, are you thinking of being self-employed? If you can put in the chat and not doing it. The words here are tentative, limited, timid, drudgery. So there's a chance that you are feeling a little bit stuck with the concept of self-employment. Now we have gold wings here because I always see gold around people that are self-employed. 99.9% of the time, if gold is here, there's self-employment. But if the card is inverted, that means we're resisting it or something isn't working for it. So in order to make the card right side up, where you're self-employed and you're feeling good about it, we want to work with purple and gold. Purple we just talked about is being your destiny, feeling connected to your divine plan. And gold, again, is the color of independence and self-employment. So those two colors can kind of help maybe get you out of this, I don't know, heaviness that you might be feeling connected to it.
Right. And so it was gold and what?
Purple.
That's what I thought it was. So you know what's really weird is that card is missing from my deck. That's really weird. So that to me means you should pay a lot of attention to this. And so it's like I'm going to send you 2 different archangels. So gold is Uriel, the desire for epiphany, the desire for brilliant information that can help you to transform your life. Purple, I'm going to go with, well, actually you can't see him. This guy. Jeremiah, the archangel of life review. So helping you to review your life and to think about exactly what do I want my life to look like. If I'm resisting changes or my changes aren't going right, where am I like not on target? And so doing a review to get and getting the epiphanies you need to make the changes you need. Noelle Swanson. Hello, Noelle.
Hello. All right, guys. So don't forget, on June 11th, we are doing a free live event via Zoom. So you can join us anywhere that you want. We're going to be talking about different ways that light workers recharge. Also, we're going to be talking a little bit about our cruise that's coming up in October because we have exciting.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. But it's going to be fun. And we'll be pulling cards as well. And we'll be interacting with you. You can join us live. So definitely register in the comment section here. Rad, why don't you pick one more card as sort of a message for everybody?
The card for everybody is eat more ice cream.
We literally bought ice cream today. We never buy ice cream.
Really? Why?
Because it's a whole thing.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Not going to ask. Or I'll ask later. Okay. Okay. The card for everybody is Zadkiel, purple.
Oh, I love, wow. So interesting. A lot of green and purple today. That's interesting.
Right? Right? So destiny, pride, conscious, forgiveness, this energy of Zadkiel, which is about forgiveness, but it's not just forgiveness of other people, it's forgiveness of self. And what did you just say purple was?
Purple's the color of destiny. And what I love about purple is when it's bumpy, there's a reminder that we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Even if you're feeling a little bit disconnected from self, it's exactly where you're supposed to be.
There you go.
Yeah, well done. All right, everybody, it was good to see you. Join us on June 11th. It's free.
See you on June 11th.
Thanks, Rad.
Bye, Dougal.
Bye.